Happy New Year! It is 2020, the year of clear vision. Anyway, I'm here in our newly enclosed greenhouse. I talked about it in our last video. So I just wanted to go around today. It is New Year's, and just sometimes you have to remind yourself to appreciate what you have in life and the good things that you have, like clean candles. And I just want to kind of take you on a quick tour of the farm, see what's going on here. Security lights. So we can see out in the dark now that we have to go out to the chicken coop. Thank you. I don't know who laid this. This is my ladder for access to the roof. There will be our solar panels and things in the future. And this is the south-facing side. That is south that way. And then we have our garden boxes here. We're gonna make some more of these. That's just galvanized this spring. We're gonna lay out 2 here. All along the bottom here, we're gonna do cold frames. So we have a reflective background already to work with, and that'll diffuse the sun into the cold frame box. The glass will receive it here, and we'll do as many as we can along here. This snow wants to fall off the roof here. I can see it moving. It's gonna come down. Here we go, we're gonna capture it. Oh yeah, here it comes. Got it. Okay, so this is the, we're calling it the potager garden in this area. We may have ducks even in here at some point. More likely just veggies. This is our great apple tree. Make cider from that and feed the ducks, feed the chickens. This is one of 4 boxes. This is the prototype. There'll be 1 more here, and then 2 more blueberries, raspberries. This is basically a berry zone. And blackberries. So this will be all on the front. This is pretty much a south-facing hill here. So we're going to expand out this spring. We had the greenhouse. We can kind of start things earlier. Look how pretty the snow is.
We'll probably give it about 4 feet in between the beds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there will be another bed here, and instead of having this cattle panel go over this bed, I'd like to actually just turn it here so it'll be covering the pathway.
The pathway, yeah.
And then we could do like beans, or I want to do some of the cold climate kiwis. So those will be like a perennial, at least on some of these. But in between each bed, we could have these and then utilize that space in between.
Here is the grid. It's where the rubber hits the road. That was 0 when we started. It's one of our goals for sure, to get off of the grid. It's good that we have it here as a temporary tool. So down here, this is our main field cleared. Right now it's hayed by a man just over the hill. But eventually we're going to do something, either tiers or swales and a food forest. That's the plan anyway. So we come down here to get the mail. If you don't mind, it's a good exercise. Here's our mailbox. Empty. We have 3 walnut trees that we laid down. We planted last year for the future. There's one here, one in the other cage, and then the other cage up here. And these will create a zone of, walnuts put out a chemical that inhibits the growth of other things, like an anti-competitive sort of chemical. You don't want it too close to other things, so we have it there. But that's a source of nuts, source of protein. I love walnuts, especially in the holidays. Here we are in our food forest, and it's been what? How long now?
We planted it September. It was Labor Day weekend of 2015.
Okay, so 2015.
A little over 4
September.
years.
Yeah, a little over 4 years now, and
So
they're fruit trees, so they take.
So I had 4 growing seasons so far. Probably take about a full 10 years before you start to see a good amount of production.
Yeah, we've had some fruit last couple of years, this and that, novelty. Hay, our first apple, hey, our first cherry, you know, like stuff like that. And it's nice, but I just got news that the cherries are ripening.
There's one. There's a little guy.
It's not, you know.
Handful of elderberries.
It is, but it's doing about as well as we've had a couple of them die.
We got some hazelnuts this year.
We got some hazelnuts this year.
We got about 30 of those.
Yeah, we did. We've spent a lot of energy on this orchard as well, but also in the last 2 years, I'd say we've spent a good amount of energy on pruning our existing apple trees, which cider, we're big fans of cider, but also the chickens love apples. So with the ducks, if we're to raise animals, we need to feed them, you know, and it's great to be able to feed them on the farm. You know, what if we decided that we didn't want to buy grain from the store one day? So we have to consider that possibility. So these old Vermont apple trees, they don't taste great. I eat them. I think they're fine.
Yeah, some are sweeter than others. Well, a couple of them taste like Granny Smiths, but I like Granny Smiths.
A couple of them are bad. Look up apples and how every single seed's different. It's amazing. They're really amazing. So when you find a good strain, you got to hold on to that strain.
The genetics are in the seed, so you can get a diversity. You have to, in order to get the same kind of apple, you have to graft. That's a sea berry. This one's a male. And then this lady over here is a female.
Oh, it does look like a lady, you see? Here's where I get in trouble. And it's nice and just gentle, happy leaves that are good listeners. Whereas on the male here, look at that, spiky. It's more like kind of stay away. It's got a whole bunch of nut and granulations all over it. Edit that out, okay?
Look at this pretty winter wonderland.
She's a lady.
Oh, whoa, whoa, she's a lady. Don't put that in there.
Definitely put that in there. This is snow boot weather.
I know.
Or snow boot. Look at this. Snowshoes. We've had this picnic bench that we built in Pennsylvania about 10 years ago. It has been taken apart and reassembled many times. Here it is. Guy is a tank. You have to take it apart to move it, but it lasts a long time. It's really nice to sit out here in the summer and the spring under the tree, looking out at the view. We had the chickens in the yard here. This may be a field for goats, etc., sheep in the future. And the shed's our chicken coop now. We're able to focus a little more on the farm, but also we've just been assessing the emotional cost of our move, which was we sort of expected something, but didn't realize how profound it was what we were doing and how different it is than what we were doing previously. It comes free, the stress of it, the financial and physical stress of building a house. It's not always easy, you know. And so you have to be ready for that because you're the one who wanted to be independent. So it's 2020, it's the first day of a new year, and I totally appreciate what I have, especially this gal. Anyway, totally appreciate what we have. We're very lucky, you know, it's hard work, and our hands freeze, and it's not always pretty, you know, but it's good, and we feel happy, and we feel like 2020 is a year of positivity, looking forward to the future. You just got to do that. You just got to think positively, get up, do that thing, go to work, do the thing you need to do, and appreciate every day that you had.